So let's take a look at the products that we have here. We have three products. We have Plani-Prep AR, which stands for Adhesive Remover. It's designed to remove existing adhesive that's on the floor, especially in an abatement type situation where the abatement has caused a failure in the product and you have existing floor covering that you need to take up. This way you can dissolve and remove the existing adhesive to allow you to get to clean the slab. Second product that we have is Plani-Prep SA, which stands for Scouring Agent. What it's designed to do is to clean the slab that we see here and get it to where we can create a rough enough texture for our third product, which is our Plani-Prep ET, which stands for Epoxy Treatment. It's a two-component system, requires part A and part B to be mixed together and then applied on the floor. And when we're using these products, always good to use safety glasses and to use the right gloves so that we don't have any problems with our skin and keep our protection things in place.
We're here on a job site today because a customer has been noticing a musty odor throughout the office space. Looking around the room, there's no apparent signs like lifting or curling of the tile. The floor actually looks good, so we're going to need to take a deeper look. Wow, look how the adhesive is totally emulsified and has returned to a semi-liquid state. We have a moisture problem. There have been no floods in this room, so the moisture is definitely coming up through the concrete. We're going to have to tear this floor out to fix it. The carpet tile is coming up really easy. We won't need to use the Plani-Prep adhesive remover as the glue is already broken down from the excessive moisture. In this case, we're adding a little more water and using hand scrapers to remove the remaining adhesive. Now let's get it shop vacked up and let the real cleaning work begin. We are in an occupied space, and as you've already seen, things can get messy very quickly. A good way to keep things contained is to use painter's plastic with pre-applied tape. Leave it hanging down longer and then tuck the excess under the edge of the wall. This way when you use the floor buffer, you don't have to worry about slinging liquid up or under the walls. Now that we have the floor clean and prepped, the Plani-Prep SA can be poured directly onto the floor. Make sure you use a heavy-duty nylon bristled broom to move the liquid around and check to see that you don't have any dry spots. Before continuing, let the SA work on the floor for at least 20 to 30 minutes. A floor buffer with an aggressive bristled brush head will work hard at removing stubborn residues left in the slab. As the buffer works, you can see the residue foaming up and turning brown. A squeegee is a great tool to clean the floor and help keep liquid around the buffer head as well. When you have finished using the buffer on the entire floor, squeegee all the remaining liquid into one area and use a shop vac to remove it. This product needs to be applied twice in order to get the concrete porous enough to receive the epoxy coating. As you pour the SA on the second time, the white foaming action of the SA is more evident. This indicates the SA is now etching the surface of the concrete. The residue will be a more grayish white in color, and the surface of the concrete will become rougher to the touch. Squeegee off and remove all of the residue before rinsing the floor with clean water. Use your shop vac to remove all of this water. Do not use a squeegee for this process. The vacuum will work better to dry the floor faster, so use your vacuum on the entire floor. Don't shortcut this, as it's very important not to leave any residual chemicals in the floor. The floor needs to be completely dry before proceeding, which means no wet areas. It is best if you leave it dry overnight before continuing. Each unit of Plani-Prep ET will cover approximately 250 to 300 square feet of floor. Snapping chalk lines on the floor in 300 square foot sections will help you achieve the correct coverage needed. The ET is a two-component system and requires you to mix part A and part B together. Once they've been combined, they should be mixed at a low speed with a drill and mixing paddle for at least 2 minutes to ensure a consistent color and product blend. Mixing it on high will only entrap air into the epoxy and limit its effectiveness, so it's important to watch your speed. Pour the ET directly on the floor and move it around using a notched rubber squeegee. Lightly roll the ET, covering the floor as you go. If you are using a roller, do not apply any downward pressure. Once you have finished covering the entire space, ventilate the area if possible, but do not use fans on the epoxy while it's drying. Normal drying time is approximately 12 to 16 hours. Most floors will require some minor surface preparation. Mapei Primer T is recommended to be applied to the floor at full strength wherever patch or leveler is to be applied. When it is dry and clear, patch can then be applied. Apply the primer to the complete floor for larger areas that require skim coating or leveler.
With the floor now prepped and ready, it's time to get the room returned back to its original state. New carpet tile is being installed, which requires the application of a pressure-sensitive adhesive. Once the adhesive has become clear and tacky, it's ready for the tile install to begin. The tile should be installed according to the manufacturer's instructions, and for this project the requirement called for turning every other tile in a quarter turn layout. The addition of wall base will bring this room to completion and allow us to turn it back over to the customer. And the best part of all is that this process was completed in just 3 days.
The Mapei Plani-Prep floor preparation system is a great problem solver for projects where you might have a moisture and abatement issue. There's no dust or noise limitations with this system, and you don't need any specialized tools at all. In fact, any installer can do it. So if you're looking for more information on this, contact your local Mapei representative.